We talked about it. Excited.
Welcome to The Ride with Chevy and Nasty. Host Randy Chevrier and Sheldon Napastia guide you through great stories that spark great conversations. Two really big guys talking a big game. The boys are locked in and ready to go. Welcome to The Ride.
Speaking of egg salad sandwiches, I know Trey and I discussed this. I don't know if Sheldon heard about this, but 7-Eleven, they have this Japanese. It's a hit in Japan. It's their egg salad sandwich from Japan, and the CEO of 7-Eleven, I believe North America or Canada, decided that we're selling those here in Canada. And they brought them over, and I believe it's been a couple of months now, maybe 3 months, maybe 2 months. I went into a 7-Eleven the other day, and I just happened to ask the guy, I said, because I saw the signs for the Japanese egg salad sandwich, and I said, how is it? And he said, this is the best seller in our store. He said, more than the alcohol, or more than the tobacco, more than the lotto tickets, it's like hotcakes. So I think, as a segue from Trey's fantastic egg salad sandwich, next week we each buy one of these 7-Eleven ones, we unwrap it on the show, we taste it, and we give it our own ranking. What do you guys say?
Yeah, you can pick that thing up tomorrow and it'll still be good next Wednesday.
And you know what? We'll actually invite everyone. So all you guys listening tonight, Dine and Dash Dad, Cozy, you guys all buy one of those egg salad. Yeah, sandwich party. Next Wednesday night, we'll celebrate the new time. We're going to have a 7-Eleven egg salad sandwich party, and we're all going to eat. So none of you guys cheat. If you haven't had one, don't have one ahead of time and be the wise guy. We're all doing this for the first time on Wednesday night, 10 p.m. on The Ride at some point in the first segment, either before or after, depending what happens. I mean, if Trump bombs Iran into outer civilization, we might have to talk about that first. But at some point, we're all going to get up. We're going to go to the fridge. We're going to pull out our egg salad sandwich. We're going to eat it, and we're all just going to give it a ranking on 10. And then Trey's going to tally all the results, and we'll send it to 7-Eleven Canada and maybe get the CEO of 7-Eleven. You know what? I'm going to try reaching out to the CEO of 7-Eleven Canada for a second segment guest after we do the egg salad sandwich. So, Trey, we got
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time!
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Trey, you got me fired up for this.
Trey's killing it. I was feeling all the Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi vibes at the beginning there with that really irritating music. And I was like, oh, man, Trey, that music. And then just about when I thought you messed it up, you go and completely redeem yourself.
I always pull you guys in. Don't worry.
I love it. Hey, I'll tell you what, episode 121, this is a big one. I was excited. That was such a great idea you had last week. First off, let's start. The CEO, 7-Eleven, is he on?
Yeah. No. So I reached out to Mark Goldberg. I reached out to him via LinkedIn. I actually commented on his he had an egg salad sandwich post. And I was like, listen, Mark, you got to come on our show to talk about this. You got to be the CEO, that goes on and samples it with the boys, kind of like the McDonald's trend that was going on a few weeks ago. And then A&W jumped on and all the different CEOs. I was like, you got to come on and tell us about the ride for this sandwich. And it was crickets. And then I emailed the 7-Eleven media relations. I thought I'd go through official channels. And it was crickets. I think also because I emailed them while I was in my car from my phone. And I emailed, I think I messed it up because I said, we would like to have Mark Goldberg as a podcast guest, but instead of writing guest, I spelled it GUESR. So I had a spelling mistake at the title. So I think that was the immediate sign that they weren't going to read my email.
Well,
I tried to get
they knew it wasn't AI. Right?
Yeah, I tried to get it again. So we didn't get Mark Goldberg, but we did get back on the air. It's Wednesday, so we might be picking up a few stragglers here that forgot because Daryl tuned in 24 hours early yesterday, and he was on Tuesday, realizing that the show is actually on tonight. But some of you are already here, and we did get back. We got the egg salad sandwiches. We brought them. We told you guys, don't be a chump, don't be a wise guy, don't cheat. But already Jamin cheated. I heard he's been.
Oh, Jamin.
I heard he's been crushing.
You were specific. All week. No, but everybody, leave it alone. We're all doing it here.
I think Jamin gets a punishment. I think we're gonna by the end of the show, we might have to ban Jamin for Jamin. You might get a 1-show suspension if we see you in the comments next week. We just keep augmenting your. You might get a one.
We can't ban him. We got to give him a punishment. We got to make him run a mile, but every lap is another challenge.
Just don't put his comments up there, right? Like he's.
I had a buddy.
The rules. He's got to pay the price. There's got to be something, Trey. You can't just say no.
I had a buddy.
We'll get an idea for a punishment.
We'll get to the egg salad sandwich, but I had a buddy.
Don't put that up there, Trey. Jamin, you're banned.
What? Yeah.
You can put him in a timeout if you want.
But I had a buddy that he was the sports and info guy at McGill. It's Earl the Pearl Zuckerman, real smart guy. And in Montreal, there was a great radio personality at the time was Ted Teven. He was one of the most animated late night radio guys. And he was one of the first kind of radio show characters. Like he had different characters. He would put hexes on the Boston Bruin. Like he was out there. If you ever look up Ted Teven, and Earl the Pearl said something on the show that Ted didn't like one day, and Ted banned him for a year less a day. And Pearl was not allowed to call in or comment on the show for an entire year. And then he had an anniversary show. So I mean, I don't think we're going to give Jamin the death sentence, but we were explicitly clear. Explicitly clear. We said, if you listen to the show, don't be a chump. Don't have the egg salad sandwich. We wanted this to be an authentic experience. And now, Jamin, you can't be part of our little authentic club.
So I want you guys out there to sound off. Who actually got a sandwich for tonight? Denzel Snipes says, I want an egg salad sandwich. Denzel, where are you out of? Are you out of Calgary? Are you down in the U.S.? Where are you out of?
I think Denzel's down in the States.
About that. He's in the States, yeah.
I don't know if they're doing that in the States.
Look at Cozy. Cozy just wants to get on with the eating. Cozy, listen, we are building this thing up. First of all, I'm going to tell you this. I was checking my inbox all week to see if Goldberg
Jackson, come on, Jackson.
He did.
Fed it to his dog.
Yeah,
Jackson, where are you from? You're definitely not a Saskatchewan or Alberta kid.
He's one of my buddies.
He's
one of your
Jackson.
buddies. But
every
yes,
funeral, every wedding, like every luncheon had egg salad sandwiches growing up.
So guys, we know this. We saw the article today. Amidst 7-Eleven closing many stores in the United States, citing poor sales, and obviously, the prices of everything's going up. They're kind of redefining their business. They're becoming a wholesale fuel distribution center in many centers, but retail's still pretty strong.
Zach can wait till after the sandwich, though, right?
No, wait. Since I couldn't get the CEO on the show, I figured I'll do some research on my own. So I went back to the 7-Eleven and I figured I talked to the next most important guy, the guy behind the counter, and I asked him about the sandwich. I said, "What has this sandwich done for your story?" So he told me. He said before this came to Canada, they were selling maybe 2 sandwiches a day, 2 egg salad sandwiches a day. After they announced the Japanese style egg salad sandwiches, that jumped to about 25 a day. So they sell 25 of these a day. And the reason it's such a strong retail pusher, it's not for the sandwich. It's because when you go in to buy the sandwich, you probably buy a bag of chips. You look for the brand new flavored Coke Zero cherry float to go with it. So it's become a retail bonanza for them. So I bought a couple of them because I want to make sure that if I liked it, I'll have another one. And I think, guys, on the ride with Chevy and Nasty, we got enough people tuning in. And, who's a Cozy, I was stalling purposely because we do have some stragglers that come in. I wanted people. to try it at the same time. So here we are, guys. We got Dine and Dash there. He fell asleep last show. He didn't buy this tray.
That's my fault. I thought Dad knew. I thought he knew.
Yeah.
We announced it during the
Trey. We have
eating stuff last week.
We have 9 fans, according to Daryl. Minus one. Yeah. According to Daryl, we have 9 people.
Minus us 3. So
minus us 3. So we have 4 fans that tune into the show live, and one of them is your dad.
Listen.
And you forgot to tell my son, who doesn't listen to our show, bought an egg salad sandwich today because he saw 2 of them in the fridge and he went to steal them. By the way, he gave me his review. I'll save it for later because he was a chump and ate his before, but he didn't know we were doing this on the air.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
I'll tell you what. I'm going to give Dine and Dash Dad a bit of credit. He's a grown man. No, I'm going to give Trey a bit of credit. Dine and Dash Dad is a dad. He's his own man, right?
Nobody sees our social media posts either.
That's the thing, right?
Trey,
we're on Facebook, and us 50-year-olds, Dine and Dash Dad, we're on the Facebook. You should have seen the message.
I'm going to tell you, Trey. I feel like I had to remind you about that post yesterday. I was like, Trey, I had to create.
I was in the middle of making it when you texted me.
I was in the middle of making it. I just happened to be making. I was like, Trey, we were supposed to put out a post to remind people about the show on Wednesday and the egg sandwich. Yeah, are we doing this? Are we doing this?
I think it's time. Yeah, I think it's time. We've given enough time, and this thing's been staring at me all day, mocking me.
Let's open this thing. How do you anybody get an expired one? Just make sure the date is good, because I heard there was a recall, by the way. There is a Health Canada. There's a
So Cozy sent me pictures of egg salad sandwiches. He was so excited he was making them after the last show.
Honest, no, but I'm not lying.
He goes, dude, I'm not trusting anybody that's making these and putting them in a plastic in a 7-Eleven.
I'm not lying. There's a recall on many 7-Eleven sandwiches, but I checked the date. As long as yours doesn't say expiring by the 16th, you're good. So
mine's August. Mine's August.
Yours is not August.
Hold on. April 20th.
Okay.
April 20th is mine too.
How are we doing this? Are we doing a big bite or a little bite, or one triangle? Or are we doing the whole sandwich? What are you doing?
How do you eat your sandwiches? You do you, buddy.
Okay. You know what? They already removed the crust. Now, I'm not a crust removal guy, but this is kind of cool. There's no crust.
So they do it in Japan.
Trey, did you notice that
the Kewpie mail one, right?
Kewpie mail.
There you go. Let's go.
Okay, so let's try this out. Okay, let's go. Okay. I like a good egg sandwich.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Better than the one I ate last year for the Masters.
You know what though? Can I say something, boys? Look at this right now. I don't know if you can see it. Remember, we gave Trey all that crap about not filling the sandwich so it's overflowing the bread. Yeah, I like the nice touch of cutting off the crust, but I think they're getting a little chintzy. Can you guys see that? It feels like there should be a little bit more on there.
Look at this one. Look at this one right in the corner there. It's like they missed it.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you could almost see right through my sandwich right there. Look at that. I could look through. If Mark Goldberg,
you guys are hard on me then.
If Mark Goldberg, well, I mean, listen, this is our first time having this sandwich. We want perfection from you. I noticed you made taco salad tonight for your girlfriend. You're really moving up in the world. So how about I rip off this?
That was delicious.
And I have one more bite here. It's not bad. It's not blowing me away.
No, it's not blowing me away either. Does it need like some salt and pepper or something?
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I make a way better egg salad sandwich than this.
Yeah, same.
I'm telling you right now, like, so Cozy and I, we talk food all the time, and our recipes with a little bit of you can throw a little dill in there, throw a little dill pickle in there, a little bit of onion finely chopped up in there.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with this sandwich. This sandwich is fine. I don't get it.
There's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing.
Finish it?
Finish one.
Are we finishing
it? I'm not eating all the pieces of bread that don't have egg salad on it. So I wasn't blown away. Like, Sheldon, you're right. There's nothing wrong with it. If you need a $5 egg sandwich, I guess that's pretty good. The bread is a little thick for me. Like, when there's more bread than egg, I got to at least if the egg was as thick as one of the slices of bread, I'd be okay. But the bread really overpowers the sandwich. The flavoring isn't spectacular. Like you said, I prefer an egg salad sandwich that has some onions, some chives, or some green onions, like a little bit of chopped up celery, just and it's missing that element. But they didn't promise that element. But they did promise.
But I'm not getting the QP mayo, like because QP mayo, like it's kind of I'm a little bit disappointed. There's nothing wrong with this. If you guys like, your run of the mill egg salad sandwich, you're gonna go there and you're gonna get a $5 sandwich that's gonna be.
Tell you what, cherry float Coke. Zero. Pretty damn good.
Probably way better than the sandwich we just
Pretty damn good. But you know what? Let me ask you this question. Sheldon, you've lived in the States. Trey, I'm sure you've traveled in the States. You go to the States, you buy Kellogg's Corn Pops. Completely different cereal in the States versus Canada. And there are certain foods that completely different. The box looks the same. Everything looks the same. But the ingredients are different. Could this be the case? Do we have to travel to Japan to have an original one to confirm our findings? Like, is that the next step? Like, do we need Performance Freight Management to shove us in a box, go for a day to Japan and have a sandwich, maybe catch a ball game? Is that the next step to confirm? Because my score is pretty low right now. This was like, the trailer for the movie that looked to be epic. And then you wind up with like, it wasn't the greatest. So what's your score? Let's give a score on 10, guys.
So my score, it was a good sandwich. Like if I walked into a meeting and there was 10 of these sitting on the counter, I'd grab one and have it, and it's fine.
You'd eat 10.
Yeah, I'd probably, but that's not because it's a great sandwich. I just love sandwiches. So for me, it's a 6.5. Like it's solid. Like the bread's soft, but it's not like soft. Like maybe I think the problem is expectations. Going in, I thought I was going to be blown away by this zinger that 7-Eleven came up with. Yeah. And I'm underwhelmed, but it's I'll give it a 6.5.
Yeah.
Would I get it again? No, it's not craveable.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's Cozy. Where I'm at. I'm with Cozy. I'm a 5 because my expectation was so much higher. I'm a 5 because of what this was supposed to do for the franchise. This was the Connor McDavid of sandwiches for 7-Eleven, but it's not going to deliver them the cup because, like you said, Sheldon, I had one. I have another one there that I'm going to crush a little bit later on, but I'm never going to go buy another one at 7-Eleven. So that little spike in sales that they might be experiencing because there's still a trickle effect of people, oh, they brought this new sandwich. Oh, did you try it? Well, it's done. I like Luke. So I told you I'd save Luke's review. Luke said, Dad, you're going to hate it. It sucked. He's like, Dad, you don't even taste the mayo. He's like, Dad, it's more bread than sandwich. He's like, I don't know what the big deal is, but I'll never buy that. Now, Regan made a great suggestion. Pull that one up.
I agree.
A new Firehouse sub every week. Now, I'm gonna give him a shout out. I gotta talk to Pearl, see if we can get a little sponsorship, even if we could give away a gift card a week and test the sub. I'll see if she wants to do it. But I can't push her because she's doing great things sponsoring the Calgary Fire Department and all.
Well, you already know that our listeners are going to be picking up subs every week, as will we be outside of the show.
Oh yeah. And Bruno backs me up. Bruno backed me up. He said just like McDavid didn't deliver the cup. So yeah, I don't know. You know what? I'd like to make you guys an egg. You know what? We still got to go to Sheldon's for brisket one day, and then maybe I'll make my egg salad sandwich one day, and that way, and then Trey can make us his taco salad because I saw he made taco salad for his girlfriend tonight. He's like, man, I really love this cooking thing, and I'm like, is that Doritos on ground beef? You just made taco salad, man. Good job. It is a Firehouse staple, but crazy.
I can bring the Firehouse subs instead.
Trey's cooking game is taking another level. He went from making egg sandwiches last week, taco salad this week. Next week, shepherd's pie, baby.
Oh, there you go.
Make her a shepherd's pie. So listen, guys. Sheldon wants to end this show pretty quickly because he's pretty busy with work, and this new night might have thrown him off. It's kind of like the daylight savings time of podcasting. He's all discombobbled. So I say we get along with the 300-pound poetry, and then I'll tell you a little bit about my weekend. What do you guys say?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
And now, 300-pound poetry with Chevy and Nasty.
100-pound poets. Sometimes our viewpoints clash, but if we land in the ocean, we're guaranteed to make a big splash.
Sure would. With the safe return of the Artemis II crew, man made history after visiting the dark side of the moon.
Now, a two-time champ at Augusta, he put on the green jacket anew. Rory wins his second Masters as Scotty Scheffler couldn't pull through.
He said he was drunk when he signed and didn't want to stay in Edmonton longer. Seems to be revisionist history, according to Chris Pronger.
And if you're an Edmontonian, you should be pissed. He could have written his memoirs with class. Instead, he chose to diss.
So much to talk about tonight, but Nasty wants to end this one in an hour. That's okay with me. I've got another one of these puppies to devour. You know, I'm not looking forward to it as much as when I wrote the line.
Two?
I told you I got two. Dude, what do you think? You never get one. You never get one. I bought two because I was in such anticipation that this would be the greatest sandwich I ever ate, that I was going to be so happy to eat another one. I'm still looking forward to it, but I might save it for breakfast.
There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing
Chevy,
wrong
I think what
with
Trey's getting to is like, okay, you just devoured a large Pizza Hut pizza all to yourself. You don't actually have to admit to that on the show that you just ate the whole thing, or that you're going back for a second sandwich.
Sheldon,
right?
I admitted on the show that I ate so much at the Stamps game when I found out I could get food that I pooped and puked in the same sitting. I can admit lots of things. I got no shame. I got no shame.
Wow. Throw Cozy up there. Throw Cozy up there. He got two sandwiches. This is not 200-pound poetry. Damn straight, it's not 200-pound poetry. Chevy.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Cozy. Cozy just backed me up. It's like we gotta back it up. We gotta back our stats up, Sheldon.
Yeah, there you go.
I gotta tell you guys.
Look at Rob before you move on out of the hospital again.
What? Okay, Rob, back out of the hospital. Well, we're glad you're out of the hospital, Rob. I know you've kind of been dealing with it the last probably last month or two, and glad that we're there you go. The applause. We're glad we're here for you, big guy. I've been following you on Instagram and Facebook and seeing what's going on, and just glad that you're here with us and you're fighting it out. And you know, that's what we're all about, creating this little community that you got something to go to, make you laugh, make you cry, and make you think sometimes. But I gotta tell you guys, I had a pretty good weekend this weekend.
I saw some of the pictures. Just
I didn't go to Japan for a sandwich and catch a ball game, but I was in Toronto. I was in Toronto this week, and I was in Toronto. There you go. Oh, there you go. That's my new buddy Heath. Heath is my man. I'll tell you a little bit about Heath in a second. But I went to Toronto on Friday because Brittany's daughter, my bonus daughter, as I call her, Colin, she's a cheerleader. So she's in cheer in Red Deer, Premier Academy out of Red Deer. There she is on the left there, and there's her team. They went to the Nationals. And guys, like, I mean, I didn't know anything about cheer before I met Colin, and I tell you, this is crazy. And I didn't think I'd ever go to Nationals. 10,000 athletes, guys. 10,000 athletes in a building over the course of probably, I think it went through the weekend and beyond. Our good old buddy Sheldon, Mark Calix, was there with his daughter. 10,000 athletes competing in all different divisions. And I had people texting me from all over Canada when they saw some of my pictures that they're like, "Oh, you're there. It's crazy." I never knew how crazy this would be, but it was an unbelievable spectacle. And very much like football, getting into cheer. I shouldn't have drank that Coke. It's giving me the burps. Getting into cheer, learning about it. Everyone's got a role, and you could be doing your thing on one side of the mat and other people doing their thing on the other side. And if they're not perfect and you're not perfect, you're not going to go through. Right. And it's super impressive. Anyhow, Colin's team placed second for their division in Canada, which was great, but they were super disappointed because last year she was on a lower level, not a lower level, but a younger team. She moved up this year and she won nationals and Canadian finals. So she didn't know losing or she didn't know finishing in second. So anyways, great weekend there at nationals. Had a great time with Brittany and the family. And I got to witness these kids perform their hearts out. But I was trying to get on the flight home on Sunday. I had booked a flight early Monday morning, went to the airport with the family, tried to get on, but because I had a basic flight, they didn't let me go. So I was like, I was a bit disappointed, and I had to wait.
Was it you weren't flying? That wasn't standby. Like
no. So I had an Air Canada basic flight, and I was scheduled to leave Monday morning at 6 a.m.
Did you pay money for that flight?
Well, yeah.
Well, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? That they like, I can buy a ticket, but since it's a basic, we'll see if I get on or not when I get there. Like that's
no. I was on the Monday morning flight. But I was trying to get on Sunday to go back with Brittany.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So I went with them to the airport on Sunday, hoping to get on with them. I really want to come back on Sunday because someone suggested, yeah, you could do that. You could do that with a flight that's not basic. So if you had economy or higher, if you were leaving, let's say on a Tuesday, but you wanted to leave earlier, you could do that apparently.
Sure. Yeah.
But they didn't allow it because it was basic flight. So anyhow, I was kind of sulking for a bit, and I was like, you know what, I gotta do something. I've got almost 24 hours to kill. Took the train downtown Toronto, Union Station, half-hour train. It actually cost me $1. I think they messed up with the billing, so I'm not going to say anything, which I just did. Went downtown Toronto, checked my bags at this luggage service called Luggage Hero. Little did I know the app looks super legit. I wind up checking my bags in the bathroom of a Smash Burger because I didn't know. Like, I was like, where's this store? Like, there's supposed to be a storefront. Didn't exist. The Luggage Hero is actually Smash Burger. It's like a side business for the Smash Burger. So they take your luggage, they throw it in a bathroom, they lock it, and they put your name on it. Anyhow, I wind up going to Blue Jays game. I used the Game Time app. Okay, I was riding the train, Sheldon, and I was like, I gotta go to Blue Jays game. I've never been to a Jays game. I've been to Sky Dome and Rogers Center to play many football games, but never a baseball game. I found a ticket for $12 US dollars up in the bleachers. I was like, yeah, $12. It's worth it. $12. As I'm riding down to Toronto, I keep checking the app. Like when I'm on that app, it's a ticketing app. I get super addicted to like seeing if the prices drop. There was one ticket right behind home plate or just off to the side. Yeah, Trey could put up the picture if you want. Just off this side, $31. And surrounding that ticket was like $400, $500. So they're on the right there. You see me at the Blue Jays game. I'm 10 rows up, not even 8 rows up from home plate. It was unbelievable. $31. So I get there and the atmosphere was fantastic. I haven't been to a baseball game since Expos. And I'll tell you what, because of the World Series run last year, the buzz at the Rogers Center was pretty spectacular. I was happy to be there. It was a cool experience. And then later on that night, there happened to be a basketball game. I was like, geez, imagine the ultimate sporting trip. I could go down for a Jays game in the afternoon, watch a basketball game at night, get back to the airport. So anyways, at the Jays game, I meet the guy sitting next to me, happens to be from Calgary. His name is Heath. We get chatting. He tells me he paid his ticket like $500. I was like, oh man, I paid mine $31. Anyways, he was there for some oil and gas conference. Heath was a great dude. We hit it off. We got chatting. We stayed after the game for a bit for some beers. And I had told him that I planned to go to the Raptors game if I could find a well-priced ticket. Anyhow, as we were chatting, I'm looking at the price. He's like, how are the tickets doing? I'm like, there's a single ticket way up at the top for 96 US. I'm like, I don't like basketball that much to drop like, $130 Canadian on it. I was like, I don't know. And then I found like $48, a little bit lower, but it was for 2. So I said, maybe I'll buy those if you want to come with me and you can pay me later. He's like, don't worry about it. I already bought us some tickets. And he got us these seats, as you can see right there, maybe 10 rows up from center court. It was unbelievable. And so me and my buddy Heath, you saw him in the picture there. Trey could pull that one up. There's Heath right there on the side. Big Jays fan, baseball fan. His son plays baseball and great dude. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but we had a great time. He's doing his thing in Toronto right now. He's out there for a business trip, but we had a good time, made a new friend, and got to experience the Jays game, which they were getting slaughtered by the time I even got in, but it was still a cool experience. Got to see Vladdy Guerrero Jr. And then Raptors game. And for a guy that doesn't like basketball, I was thoroughly entertained. It was a great game. The Raptors kicked the Nets' ass. And, they do a lot of on-court entertainment. And it was cool. So that was a little quick Toronto sports trip adventure. I took some pictures of the CN Tower, everything within walking distance. And I'm not the biggest Toronto fan, but I got to tell you, Sheldon, you drop yourself at Union Station, you could visit the CN Tower, the Rogers Center, and go catch a hockey game or a basketball game all in about a 10-minute walk. That's pretty good. So that was my weekend. And then I slept at the airport in a chair for about I don't know, 4 hours. And then I woke up, got on the airplane, checked in at 4 a.m. and got home on Monday afternoon and had a big headache, but it was worth it. It was a good time. It was a good time.
There you go. So now,
Awesome.
I was kind of hoping that we'd get Heath on to hear his version of events. Maybe
he'll come on. Maybe he's listening tonight. I don't know if he probably doesn't remember that show's on, but he'll listen. I told him about the ride. Yeah. You know what's crazy? This is what's crazy.
This is what's crazy is what you got to see.
What's that? Yeah. Oh, geez. Look what Regan wrote. You got to see 2 Canadian teams more iconic than the Oilers in one day. Wow. Yeah, and thank God the Leafs weren't there. But this is nuts. So, I've told you this story where, Brittany always says that she's like, do you meet someone everywhere you go? And I'm like, it kind of happens. So anyhow,
can I jump in on this though? Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Like, even when we were in Toronto, we told this story about the monorail before.
Yeah.
Where Chevy's like, we're just at the hotel, we're just at the Delta at the Toronto airport, right? Yeah. And or Sheraton or whatever it was at that time, I can't remember. Within, we decided to go out, grab a slice of pizza, and within 20 minutes, Chevy's like, let's eat it on the monorail. And everybody on the train's our new best friend. He's interviewing him for a show. We meet Shrestl Sizakovic's cousins, and Chevy's like, I think to this day you're still like pen pals. This was maybe just before Facebook, but
that's how the ride started.
Everywhere you go,
Sheldon, if you recall, that's how the ride started. We did the little stupid thing with the banana in Edmonton, and then we did the show, a mock version of the show, riding the shuttle in Toronto from terminal. Remember, it was terminal 3 to 1 to 2, and that was the odd thing about it. And that, we were sitting in the back of the shuttle, the airport shuttle tray, and we were just doing sports takes and then interviewing people as they came in when they were just going between terminals. It was pretty funny and it was hilarious. But this time, I'm sitting at Rogers Center. I'm talking to Heath, watching the game. So I make a new best friend. I tell Brittany, I'm like, hey, Brittany, I made a new best friend and we're going to the basketball game tonight. He's taking me out. She's like, of course you would. But I'm sitting, actually, I didn't even tell her this. I'm sitting talking to Heath towards the end of the game. The game kind of clears out. There's a guy sitting in front of me. He turns around. He goes, are you Chevy? I'm like, yeah, I'm Chevy. And Heath's looking at me and I'm like, yeah, I'm Chevy. He's like, I tried out for the Stamps 2 years in a row. I didn't make it, but you were awesome. And I'm like, oh, at least my story checks out with Heath over here. It was like I planted the guy. He's like, dude, he's like, I went to Queens. Osi is his name. Played for Queens. Was defensive tackle. Came to camp 2 years in a row. The first year he came, but he went back to university. Second year, he really wanted to make it. Didn't make it. He started this pro prospects football page, but now he's a lawyer. But it was just one of those things of all the seats, and there was like the place was full, like full. Like it's not like it was the empty seats. And of all the places to be sitting with my $31 ticket next to my buddy Heath, who takes me to Raptors game, I bump into a former teammate. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's nuts. So it was a fun time. It was one of those things that's like, I would have rather been home on Sunday, but I'm kind of glad I had my little walking adventure. Had a smash burger, had a couple of beers, some licorice, some popcorn, watch a Jays game, watch a Raptors game. But I was impressed with the Raptors game. And then when I was at the Raptors game, I'm chatting with Heath, guy behind me. He's like, "You from Calgary?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You know Wes Lysak?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know Wes Lysak. I played with him too." It was weird. And Heath was like, "Does this happen to you all the time?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, all the time." So, anyways, it was a good time. It was a super good time. I do think that we should go to Japan though, and go have a real Japanese.
I know some people at WestJet, and so does Daryl. Daryl's contacts would get us underneath the plane, but yeah, I think we got to make that happen.
And then we go watch a baseball game. A game in Japan would be sick.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty cool. We could have one of those ice cream sandwiches.
Did you guys ever have like an impromptu adventure like that you didn't think that's how your game was going to go?
Cozy asked if you made the kiss cam. Did you guys make the kiss cam?
No, not yet. I was trying. I was trying.
Yeah.
Not on the
Sending
first
out
date.
the vibes. Yeah.
Not on the first date, Cozy. Not on the first date. You guys ever have any impromptu like sports adventure or crazy adventure that just like the ride, like the show, just takes you somewhere where you didn't think you'd go, and you're like, hey, this was a pretty cool story. Anything? Got anything?
Not as cool as that. I've maybe had.
I'd have to think back. I've had some coincidences and run-ins before, but nothing I can come up with right now. But I'll tell you what, Chef, we're going a little bit late on the first one here, so this is a hell of a story, bud. Love it, Heath. I hope you're listening. I hope you become a regular.
I hope so too.
Salad sandwich with you one day.
We might get 9. Yes. We might get 10 regular listeners.
Yeah, Daryl, in your face, Daryl.
Yeah, Daryl, where are you tonight? Number 3.
Yeah. Okay, guys,
we could give our listeners numbered shirts.
Time to take a quick break here, guys. Grab yourself a drink, a snack, a pee, whatever you have to do. We're gonna take a quick break ourselves, and we'll see you here in 3 minutes, right here on The Ride.
Shipping is only one part of the logistics process. Where and how your inventory is stored plays a major role in how efficiently your business operates. At PFM Freight, we provide secure, fully managed warehousing solutions that connect directly with our transportation network, allowing your goods to move smoothly from storage to delivery without delays. Our facilities are operated with the same precision and oversight we apply to every shipment, giving you confidence that your inventory is organized, protected, and ready when it's needed. By keeping your warehousing and distribution under one provider, you eliminate communication gaps and create a more streamlined, reliable supply chain. Visit pfmfreight.com to learn how our warehousing solutions can support your business.
Do you want your business to be known? YYCCalgaryBusiness.ca is Calgary's only online media platform that gets you noticed. Short-form video content is rapidly taking over as the most effective way to engage your audience. Whether you're being interviewed on a vodcast, sharing a sizzle reel, or even hosting your own show, there is one place you can publicize your business. We want to tell your story and introduce you to our network of empowered business owners and leaders right here in Calgary. Isn't it time you took your digital game to 11? Call us or email us now.
Welcome back to The Ride with Chevy and Nasty. We didn't give a love to our sponsors in the first segment, so let's go. Performance Freight Management, We Drone Real Estate Media, YYC Business. Guys, thanks for supporting the show, and all of you that are here joining us tonight. You kind of trickled in slowly. I think the slow play was worth it at the beginning to get more and more people there. But also wanted to say, first of all, big thank you. Trey did a great job in the opening segment. I wanted to say that you can follow us at Chevy and Nasty on all social media platforms, including TikTok, all podcast platforms, including Amazon, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, but also part of the Sideline Sports Network. And they've got some great shows, AC Sports Live, The Rubio Method. They got Sideline Sports. And all these guys, I tell you what, Rubio, he's a lightning rod, right? He talks about whatever he wants to. He's some pretty awesome opinions. I love listening to his show. He had episode 119 the other day. He talks a little bit about his disdain for service animals on the airplane. He's such a Grinch. And
Rubio is a bit of a Grinch. You know, he's probably one of the 2 or 3 podcasts that I actually follow. On a regular basis. Right? I listen to stuff when I can, but he's one of the ones that I have to catch all of his episodes. Love Rubio.
And I feel like he's a true pro. Like, he sticks to a format. He's not like us. Like, we're all over the place. Like, he really is planned. He's meticulous. Like, he's got his 5 things he talks about. He hits them. He pulls them out. He reminds you of them, and he's gone. And he's really the model of professionalism, unlike us. But they have also got AC Sports, big sports guy, leans heavily into the Philadelphia sports scene, the college sports scene, but super informed guy. And then the Sideline Sports guys, they're really good. Like, they're first of all super awesome dudes. They're the ones that invited us to the network, but they're also very, very well read. Like, if you like sports stats and sports talk, like really deep stuff like that Trey gives us on our show, because Sheldon and I, we can't even get the names right, listen to one of their shows. So I encourage you guys to check their stuff out. Sideline Sports. Sheldon, where are we going to go today? I know we're not going to do a deep dive into the NHL playoffs, but I mean, my Montreal Canadiens.
Let me ask you: is it on your radio? Is it on your radar? Like, are you?
Yes, Sheldon. It's been on my radar for weeks now. I'm seeing these stats.
All he does is send me Hab stuff now.
Yeah. Well, listen, we got Cole.
You know what I love about it, Trey? Hold on 1 second, Chevy.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I love about it is this whole time, the Habs have been killing it this season, obviously, right?
Yep.
And Chevy's like, well, I'm not planning the parade. They'll do whatever they do. Dude, you know they're a good team and they got a chance to run deep. That fake humility it sickens me, Chevy.
No, you're allowed
to be excited.
No, see, when you're a Habs fan, this is the thing. You guys don't understand. So you guys are Oilers fans, and you guys are forever hopeful. Like you're always like, and you'll defend them to anyone that talks shit about them. Habs fans are different. If you're in a room with Habs fans, this is how it works. Like if they lose a game, they suck. They're not going to win a game for the next. Like you guys don't understand. Habs fans are so critical of their team, but this year, a lot of cause for excitement. A lot. I mean, first of all, their captain. I got to talk about the captain first because he's the captain. Nick Suzuki, over 100 points. I think it's the first Montreal Canadian to do that in, was it 20 years, 26 years?
Like 100 years, probably.
Wow, that's crazy because the Oilers have never had anybody with 100 points.
Oh, wow. McDavid won his 6th Art Ross tonight. That's really weird.
Fair enough. But then they got Cole Caulfield. 50.
Love that kid. I do love that kid.
52 goal scorer. Slavkovsky, a 30 goal scorer for Slovak. I think that's the first Slavic Montreal Canadian to do that since 2014. A lot of good things, but I'm excited. First of all, when you watch those guys, they're probably the most fun hockey team to watch the way they cycle the puck. Like if you like puck movement, they're really fun to watch.
You sent me that video the other day. That was actually pretty unbelievable.
They scored 3 goals in 50 seconds. It was stupid. And they were just skating around the Islanders. I think it was the Islanders.
They just did whatever they wanted. Yeah, it was the Islanders. Yeah. They just did whatever they wanted. It was actually pretty sick to watch.
And so as a Montreal Canadiens fans, lots to get excited about, but it's not fake humility. This is Montreal trauma. We think our team sucks until they prove us otherwise. And then we think they suck in the second round. And we only don't think they suck when they win the Stanley Cup. So if you ask any Montreal Canadiens fan, they're excited, but they don't think they can win the cup. And for my legitimate reason is I don't think they have a bona fide number one that's stepped up. They have some really good young goaltenders, but every once in a while they make a switch, and they make a switch for a reason, because the guy that was kind of hot got cold pretty quick. But they're exciting. They're an exciting team. I looked at the percentages there, and again, I'm not the stats guy, right? Like I just go on a feeling, and I'm looking that 28%, that's according to the experts, hockeystats.com. That kind of scares me a bit. That being said, they took care of the Lightning the other day, and I'm not sure what the season series is with the Lightning because I didn't do that research.
They're 3-0.
3-0 versus Lightning, so that's good. That's encouraging. But the Lightning have a guy by the name of Corey Perry, and he's a difference maker in the playoffs. He might not show up 84 game season. Is it 84 or 82? 82?
82.
Game season. He might not be a difference maker every night, but when he's got to get under people's skin, like he tried last weekend against the Montreal Canadiens, he tried. He can get under guys' skin. And if Canadians don't have that gritty guy, I'm not sure how it's going to go. I mean, they have Josh Anderson, who's pretty gritty, and he's also a goal scorer. He's kind of in the mold of Corey Perry, but I don't think he was as great as Perry was. And then they got Amber Wi-Fi that can fight. But Corey Perry is kind of, you know what he did for the Edmonton Oilers the last 2 years, and you know what's missing from the Edmonton Oilers? It's that Corey Perry grit. And Canadians have to face that in the first round. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, if I'm going to be completely honest. But I'm confident that they have a lot of youth, a lot of excitement, and the Montreal crowd is, it's electric. Yeah. It's electric.
Corey Perry will be a factor, but honestly, I think what it is for Montreal, the young guys, hopefully they're young enough and dumb enough not to be thrown off by the pressure of the Stanley Cup. Usually what you see is a team without the leadership that's been there. If you don't have 50 plus playoff games in the locker room, it's a little bit tough to adjust to it. The building only makes it harder, but I'm excited. I think they've got a better chance at 28%.
That's what I would have thought. Yeah. It surprised me when I saw that. I was like, oh, does stats.com know something I don't? Because I was kind of like, whoa, that's
injuries.
Harsh. How about you, Trey?
1-2. I don't. Yeah, I ran a sim on this website.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Of course you did.
Because you can. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit this button. We're gonna see what happens. And not only was you'll be crushed, Randy, but we were also crushed, me and Sheldon.
Oh, that's what your sim did.
Yeah, we hit the sim button, and it had Tampa beating the Oilers in Game 7, and it had Tampa beating Montreal in 5.
Wow.
And I mean, it's I don't know. It's hard to say. I like Montreal. I think they're a young, fun team. But
good thing only the Toronto
matters. So.
It's a good thing only the Toronto Maple Leafs use AI to run their teams, and the rest of the teams have to actually play it on the ice. But I don't know if we go back, again, for me personally, obviously I want Montreal to win, so I'm going to pick them in the first round. I look at Buffalo and Boston. This is Buffalo's first time in the playoffs in how many years?
14,
ages.
Ages. Yeah.
Ages. And then they got bumped out by the Wiggles and Tate McRae. They can't even start their playoffs.
Is that true? Is that for real?
Yeah.
They got bumped out their playoff game until Monday because Tate McRae and the Wiggles have the arena on the weekend.
The Wiggles. I could take Tate McRae. She's taking over America right now, but the Wiggles, come on, man.
What about Carolina, Ottawa?
They're scary. Carolina's going to destroy them. Yeah. Too many goalie issues in Ottawa. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina makes it to the Cup very easily. I think it's kind of a soft East.
Pittsburgh, Philly. Are we okay with that? I mean, I want Pittsburgh to win. I like Sidney Crosby. I'd like to see Crosby go as far as he meets the Montreal Canadiens and then lose. That would be my preference. Like if the teams I'd want to get to the Eastern Final would be Pittsburgh and Montreal. Of all the teams there, and then Montreal go to the Stanley Cup final. That's kind of where I sit right now. Will it happen? Probably not. But that's what I'd like to see. An Eastern final between Montreal and Pittsburgh. That's kind of what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
What about you guys? I know Daryl,
that would be exciting. Just think about from a rating standpoint. Even everybody wants to see Sid. Captain Canada take one more run at it and get serious. But we'll see. We'll see.
Pittsburgh versus Montreal would be crazy.
Yeah.
I think.
Skinner might get hot in the playoffs.
Well, he did the opposite years ago.
As long as he gets to play Dallas.
Yeah.
I think we got to be on the lookout too for Buffalo on the other side. I don't know. I just think they're more young and dumb than Montreal.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, let's look at the West. Let's look at the West. Let's look at the West.
First of all, we don't even know where the Oilers are slotting in yet, right? They still play the Canucks tomorrow.
No, yeah, this is just how it is as of today. But the chances of us playing Anaheim are quite high. We could play Colorado in the first round if things go not our way tomorrow.
Oh wow!
We had most likely it's going to be Anaheim, but it could be LA as well. And then if worse comes to worse, and like 4 things happen. We could play Colorado in the first round, which is really
no.
So I think it's going to be Anaheim.
So let's look at the West. So again, I didn't mention this in the East, but big surprise. I mean, it's not a surprise tonight, but this year, I mean, going to this year, you wouldn't think the defending Stanley Cups wouldn't even be a factor, wouldn't even make it to the playoffs. How surprised are we by this, guys?
Honestly, not really. I mean, they're not a defending Stanley Cup champion. They were there 3 years ago. They won it 2 years ago. They lost it they won it this year or last year. And at a certain point, that roster starts getting a little bit old. They start losing some key guys.
Banged up. They were injured this year. They were
injured. Yeah. And they owe their fan base nothing. I mean, they've just given we're on dynasty territory there. So I'm not overly surprised.
And then on the West, the Jets, Jamin's probably crying.
Yeah,
Rick Bowness lost.
Jamin has been crying on my shoulder a bit this season. And Jamin, I'm glad you're not jumping. Oh, you are jumping in here.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't put him up on the board.
Okay.
But he's saying the team's getting a little bit older. They need to make a few. Make a few changes there too. So I don't know what's going on with the Jets. I love seeing those small market teams like Buffalo, like we just talked about. I would love to see the Jets advance through a round of the playoffs, just because in a small city of 800,000 people, it means so much. But this year, they just kind of. Do
you remember last year when they scored 2 goals in like the final minute with a second left in Game 7 and then one in overtime at home? That place erupted like that. The Jets fans were unbelievable last season, and they kind of let them down this year. I think
So guys, let me ask you this question. You know how I said like the Montreal Canadiens were built for the regular season, but I'm not too convinced about the playoffs. who is the team on the West that's built for the playoffs? Is it Colorado? I mean, with Nathan McKinnon and all, you think it's the Oilers, hey?
It's going to come. I hope, and it should come down to the Oilers in Colorado. Wow. You're getting Draisaitl back. You're getting Hyman back. These guys, without a couple of their star players, have finally figured out how to play defense and not turn the puck over in their own end in the neutral zone. They were forced to start playing a higher quality of game.
But you just said,
and that's what we needed to see.
Ingram. But you guys just told me that you guys just told me that the Oilers could actually wind up playing Colorado in the first round. You think Oilers will come out on top if that's
they're playing Vancouver tomorrow night? Anything could happen.
Yeah. But it's like a 2% chance it happens, Brandy.
They lost their last 2 games, but they were some of the best hockey you've seen them play since the Olympics.
Yeah, they've only scored 1 goal, but they've only given up 2. So like. They shut it down.
Are the Utah Mammoth gonna kind of ride that wave of, hey man, we made the playoffs? That magic, that expansion. They're not. I know they're not expansion, but that new franchise magic in the bottle that kind of Las Vegas had when they started out. And
I went to the Flames Utah game on Sunday after the Masters. And I can confirm Utah stinks. So don't expect anything from them. The Flames beat the brakes off them in every aspect.
You have it here. The Utah Mammoth will win the Stanley Cup.
100%. That's going to happen.
Trey, you just jinxed it.
Just bet on them now. Bet $100 on them now, and thank me in June. Okay, everybody.
Okay, so I want to get to. I mean, there's a lot of good teams in the West. Obviously, Avalanche, Dallas. The Golden Knights, the Wild came on pretty strong, but I want to talk about the team that's been to the finals the last 2 years and come up empty. Are they going to the finals this year? Do you honestly, when you look in the mirror, I know you got the fandom there. Like I could say, I don't think the Canes are going to get this. Dude. Do you honestly think they're going to the finals? I don't. You don't know. You don't know. This is the NHL, dude. You don't know.
I hope they do. But here's the thing. Here's the 3 things that the Oilers are going to have to do to advance. 1, figure out that this identity that they currently have is how you're going to win in the playoffs. Good hockey, limit the turnovers, and control play as much as you possibly can, and winning in the face-off circle. 2, you need Hyman and Draisaitl to come back in good form. Yeah, I can't predict if they will. I think they will. They've both been there before. They both got a lot of years under the belt. I hope they do. But it's really going to come down to how healthy the team is. And the third one is just goaltending, because we all know. What's your question about the Habs? How solid is the goaltending? Yeah. Unless you have a Carey Price, unless you've got one of the elite 3 or 4 goaltenders heating up at the right times, it's a crapshoot who advances in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So there's a lot riding on Ingram, and
there's a lot riding on Ingram, but he's gonna have to shut her down.
I'm liking him so far, though.
We're not even bringing Jarry to the playoffs. We called it Picker today, and he's gonna be your backup in the playoffs. Yes.
Yeah,
that's all in Ingram.
See that? I love how you glanced over that until the last point, and it's like, they're still having goaltending troubles going into the playoffs. Like,
not really. Ingram has been really good the last 2 months. You don't watch a lot of Oilers games, so it's fine. But I'll tell you this right now, Chevy, give me the Oilers and give me the Habs in the finals, just for shits and gigs. Okay, I'll predict it now, and I really hope it happens, because we'll probably strangle each other through our screens.
For sure. Do it in person. We'll do it in person. If they're in the Stanley Cup finals, we're going to probably have to do the show in person. And all
right, guys, I think that's about all the hockey analysis these guys can take from us dummies. Trey, good job. Actually, Chev, good on you too. You did a little bit of research for this one.
I did a little bit.
We're going to take a quick break again, because we're going to try to keep this train on the rails. Am I right? Or is it good?
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got some studs and duds, some things happening around Canada and the world that we want to touch on, and would love to hear more of your comments. So grab a quick snack, grab a quick drink, and we'll see you guys here on the other side in 2 minutes.
Shipping is only one part of the logistics process. Where and how your inventory is stored plays a major role in how efficiently your business operates. At PFM Freight, we provide secure, fully managed warehousing solutions that connect directly with our transportation network, allowing your goods to move smoothly from storage to delivery without delays. Our facilities are operated with the same precision and oversight we apply to every shipment, giving you confidence that your inventory is organized, protected, and ready when it's needed. By keeping your warehousing and distribution under one provider, you eliminate communication gaps and create a more streamlined, reliable supply chain. Visit pfmfreight.com to learn how our warehousing solutions can support your business.
Do you want your business to be known? YYCCalgaryBusiness.ca is Calgary's only online media platform that gets you noticed. Short-form video content is rapidly taking over as the most effective way to engage your audience. Whether you're being interviewed on a vodcast, sharing a sizzle reel, or even hosting your own show, there is one place you can publicize your business. We want to tell your story and introduce you to our network of empowered business owners and leaders right here in Calgary. Isn't it time you took your digital game to 11? Call us or email us now.
We're back. The ride. We're talking about Edmonton. I don't know if you guys saw Chris Pronger has his memoir coming out, and he kind of trashed the town. He didn't really trash it, but he said something to the effect that when he signed his extension with Edmonton, he was drunk, and that's why he this is coming out in his new memoir, Earned, The Cost of Greatness. And that's a kind of a self-serving title. I don't know. Like I like athlete biographies. But I mean, would you go out and buy a Chris Pronger autobiography? First of all, like is he that relevant of a player to you?
You know what? He was a good player.
He was a good player.
But I haven't talked about him when was his last year? He's my
2012, 13.
I think he was the same draft year as Lindros. Is that correct? I believe he was number 2 overall that year. I think he went to the Whalers. Was that the deal? And then he was there for a bit, and he kind of bounced around. I'm not sure if he went to St. Louis, and he kind of bounced around. He had some concussion troubles too. I think he was in Philadelphia for a bit too. I can't remember, but I mean, he was a great defenseman. He was kind of a prototype defenseman, but it's not like Bobby Orr. It's not like Larry Robinson. It's not like,
I'm not going to disrespect him though. Like anybody that played as long as he did,
just
on some great teams, won a cup. He was definitely a stud. I think it's funny that he comes out with his book now.
Yeah,
after all these years, and blows up a city. I mean, all you got to do is say something nice about Edmonton, and suddenly they're all buying your book. And
well, on this, the story is he said he signed a 1-year deal, and then he was intoxicated, and he promised his wife before he would sign any deals that they would discuss it, but he signed it in the middle of the night, and it was a $31.25 million deal, 5-year extension without consulting his wife. And I guess they say that strained his marriage, and by November of that season, he was going to force a trade. Now, I lived in Edmonton for a bit. What year was that trade, by the way? What year was that extension?
2006, I believe.
Yeah, so I was there a little bit before that, but I remember some of the stuff coming. I'm not going to say what the rumors were. Everyone knows what they are. I don't want to throw.
Yeah, we really know what strained his marriage.
Yeah, we know what the rumors were that got him out of Edmonton. But that being said, it seems like he's bringing out skeletons out of the closet. And the crazy thing is that came out last weekend. And then Kevin Lowe, who was the GM at the time, he clapped back. He clapped back first on, I believe it was LinkedIn. I saw it on LinkedIn and I sent it to Trey right away. I was like, Trey, you got to take a look at this. And he's like, I'm disappointed. First of all, he uses Edmonton as a punchline in his story. Second of all, he said, when I signed Chris, I got a thank you note from his wife right after. Now, Chris later on denied that, I guess, today on the Jason Greger show, which is a local Edmonton sports talk. But yeah, there's a he said in this thing. And it's just odd that this is being done. Like, is that part of the Chris Pronger story? Is that what, first of all, is that what you want your legacy? Yeah, I was a drunken idiot. and I signed a contract to go somewhere I didn't want to go. Is that what you're trying to say? Like, I know he's had substance
let me tell you what
problems.
he's trying to do is he's trying to sell books and get back to some relevance again.
Yeah.
I don't know what how he's going to be remembered or what his legacy is going to be at this point. He's writing a book and he's about to do the podcast circuit and pump whatever product he's behind. Right.
We've talked about that.
A guy that writes a book that doesn't throw anything out there to piss a few people off. The book's not worth reading. It'd be like if Chevy and Nasty just agreed on everything. Yeah. Montreal's really good. Oh, so are the Edmonton Oilers. I hope they both win and may the best team win. Like, nobody wants to hear that, So Pronger, he stirred up. I think it was a little classless. I don't think he had to do it, but it certainly, would you be talking about this book today if that didn't come out, some of those comments?
You know what, Sheldon? I'll tell you this. Some of the greatest autobiographies and sports biographies I've read didn't need drama to sell them. You read them because the player was that great. And I go back. But that's what I'm saying. I go back to my initial question. Would anybody have bought a Chris Pronger autobiography if there was no drama around it? Like, would you really care? His career wasn't filled with greatness.
It'd be like the Joe Biden presidential library that they still try to
who cares?
For. Like, who's gonna go? You walk by that, you just got to stare at your shoes and shuffle your feet.
Like, right? I would buy Eric Lindros' his autobiography, not because I loved him as a player, but he was a prototype player. He was probably the greatest of his time. There's a lot of controversy surrounding how he got into the league in terms of hockey controversy, not because he had marital problems or substance abuse issues. And then, how he got knocked out of the league. I want to know what Eric Lindros thinks of Scott Stevens. You know what I mean? And I'm not a big fan of his. Whose is that? Who's
Tiger Woods' caddy.
Oh, I thought that was his.
There you go.
A couple of weeks ago. Yeah. See, that makes sense. A guy that had.
There's some good stories in there.
A guy that was like a fly on the wall on the career of greatness, like that. I want to know, or a guy that I don't know who's the guy that taped the ankles of all the Edmonton Oilers during the 80s. And I want to know his stories. You know what I mean? Chris Pronger, whatever. He had to do this to sell some books. So stud or dud, I guess. I'll call it a dud.
Well, I'm going to call it a stud because he's got a lot more people talking about his book than that would have been had he not come out and done this a little bit. I don't love it, a little bit classless, but if his objective is to get a little bit of relevance and make sure we remember Chris Pronger, we're talking about him tonight. So
I think Kevin Lowe is
understated.
There you go.
We understated Pronger's career. He did have at a Norris at Olympic. Okay, like he had 700 career NHL points too. Like,
dude, and like I said, he's my age and he played till what 2009, 2012. Yeah, there you go. I mean, and I'm not going to disrespect anybody that played that position in the NHL for that many years. So
I'm not disrespecting. I'm just not going to read his book. I wasn't interested in it before, and I'm not interested now. But I'll tell you what, my stud in this, Kevin Lowe, he defended his city.
Yeah,
and he's been through the ringer in Edmonton. I mean, he was part of some dark days for the franchise, and he still stood up and said, "You know what? You don't treat the city as a punchline," and I'm okay with that. That's someone who has pride, and so for me, he's my stud.
We hired his number for a reason. He's a good dude.
Outside of his 1999, 22 or 2000 with the Blues, where he had 62 points, it looks like his best season was with the Edmonton Oilers. Oh no, the Anaheim Ducks the year after. Yeah, it was a good move leaving. But,
I think Cale Makar already has. I think Cale Makar almost has all the same stats as Chris Pronger and probably did in less time. So I'll read Cale's book because he's a local Calgary kid.
Gotta love that guy.
I do. All right. Do we officially move into studs and duds? Like, do we actually play the splitter tray or are we in it? What do you want to do?
Studs and duds.
Lead it, Trey. I don't know where we're going.
Okay. I want to get this done and over with because you only sent it to me 17 times today. I don't know if anybody saw this, but the Oklahoma principal saved a school shooter today, or maybe yesterday.
Yeah, man. We always hear about the stories where it just goes terribly wrong. Like recent counts where school shooters have gone in. It happened here up in Tumbler Ridge in BC. Seems to happen almost every day in the States. Nice to see when someone steps up. This principal here, heroic, you'll see it right here. Guy steps in. He had a gun. Principal got shot in the leg and still tackled him and took him out. Yeah, so I don't have.
I mean, amazing story. That's just an amazing story. That's how you want a dad to react, and in this case, it's a grandpa. That's the first time I've actually seen the video, so it's a little bit shocking to me. But what I read was the shooter actually had chambered around and tried to fire at the student that was sitting there, and thank God the gun jammed or a misfire or something. Right there, bam! That was supposed to be a shot, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Right? Yeah. That principal's move right there is what I think every guy hopes that he'll do in that situation. Like I think back to, and this isn't against a Montreal thing, but it always bothered me. Remember the Montreal shooting with the 13 girls?
Yep.
Where a gunman was just standing there, and they brought all the guys up to the front. They all were muddled around, and he had them all leave the room. I mean, where's the guy? Where's the dad? Where's the grandpa? The old school guy that'll just say, "Fuck it." Yep. There's no way he's going to get me if I'm fast enough. And if he gets me 50-50, I'll live. And the rest of the guys will be able to help out. I mean, I love the decision the principal made. That was amazing.
Kirk Moore is his name. Kirk Moore. He was injured as he disarmed a former student. He's I would say he's our stud of the week, because we see too many times, no one acts in time. And again, I don't know what I'd do in that situation, Sheldon, but I would hope that, I'd be that guy that you described.
You're a dad. You're a dad. Yeah. The dad instinct would kick in instantly. I would like to think.
Yeah, no, for sure. And glad that this one ended. I remember who was a former teammate. Gosh, I keep forgetting his name. I'm not going to bring it up, but he stopped the school shooting in California. He passed away. DB played with the Stamps. Gosh, his name
Kelly Belville?
No. He played with me. He was a great.
Anyway.
Oh, shit. Anyways,
that's probably a story to tell next week. But
he was a teacher in Jacksonville, and he stopped a school shooter. But it takes courage, and when that happens, it prevents the real major headlines that we've had in the last little while. So that's it. What else you got, Trey?
Okay, putting a cap on this. It's been like 3 shows now. They finally landed and made it home safe, I guess. And
did you guys watch that? Did you watch the splashdown?
Yeah, I'll pull up the video of the splashdown. It's nothing crazy. They didn't have any video of them going 25,000 miles an hour, which I was more intrigued by.
Yeah.
But yeah, still pretty cool. Like,
well, so let me ask you this: so they didn't have video of them going 25,000 miles an hour, but they did have those artist representations of it.
Yes.
You really think they just came back from the dark side of the moon, Trey? Or do you think they just got dropped out of a jumbo jet?
Yeah, no, I'm not a space conspiracy guy.
No, I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Main chute deployed.
Is that you, Trey, or is that me?
No, I think that's
the voices in the back. The
voices in the back. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? So I did watch this, and it was really cool. And I felt like there when the 3 chutes opened, and I'm like I actually felt that fear of what if they don't open? Yeah. And I was sitting there, I'm like, well, I don't know them, but I'm like really uptight right now. What if they don't open? And then when they went up, I'm like, oh, thank God. And then for the longest time, they didn't open. And I was like, oh my God, what's happening? Is this nobody else is panicking? Maybe this is okay. Maybe everybody else feels like maybe it's time to start panicking. What it actually was you can't just pop parachutes when you're going 12,000 miles an hour.
They'll burn up.
Yeah, they'll just you'll tear the cores. The cores will get torn. Yeah. So they're a controlled opening, which again just blows my mind how they did that. I think they used more pyrotechnics to open up the line or whatever. But
let me ask you this.
Also wild to me is that these guys knew exactly what time, like to the second, that they were going to drop down into the ocean.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like they were saying it's like it's going to be 6:07 like all day. That's all I heard was 6:07. And sure enough, they landed exactly at 6:07. It's just like wow.
Okay, so Artemis mission. We don't need any more videos of it, Trey. We kind of. Let me ask you this question. So yeah, it's 3 weeks in a row. We're like, yeah, we talked about 3 weeks in a row. I mean, if this was 20 years ago, are we talking about in the first segment every week, or is it because of the way we consume news and stories that it's like, okay, we're done with it? Like, is it as impactful an event now as if the same event would have happened 20 years ago? Like, it seems like people are already over it. Just like when we, we talk about school shootings. Oh, school shooters. Oh, so sad. Thoughts and prayers. And then next week there's something else going on. Is that what we've been like, the 30-second video culture? Like, even
is this for Trey or is this for me?
No, for
Trey,
both
you
of
want
us.
to take that one?
Even humankind going to.
I'd love to hear Trey's take on this. Yeah, so it just happened, and now it's like it never happened, is what Chevy's saying.
Yeah,
Trey, what's your take
is that where we're at?
Yeah, I think unfortunately that's the way we consume our news. We're in the era of the 60-second like TikToks and the reels, and yeah, like obviously the Tumblr Ridge and the stuff that happened is super sad, and then it's like the next school shooting happens and we move on to this, and then the Artemis thing happens, and like it's cool in the moment and when it happens, but we don't take I think a step back and like truly appreciate like how insane this is, and
like
and then there's going to be something next week, and we're going to move right on.
Let's go around. Yeah. Let's go around. I agree with you. It is. In fact, when we produce videos for realtors on for whether it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube's a little bit longer. It is 2 seconds, right? If you don't have them in 2 seconds, it's gone. And by the next day, you're on to, or they continue to scroll, you're on to the next. But for those that are following this, like, here's what's kind of cool is that the goal here is to actually land and walk on the moon. And then the goal is to set up a moon base because they believe they have water, which they can separate hydrogen for and create their own propellant to come back. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Like, to think that 3-5 years from now, we might have a permanent base up there. But really what we're doing here is also we're preparing for Elon to go to Mars. Mm. And so there's all these studies being done. Within 2 years, boys, we're going to go to Mars. And all the missions in between, we're going to get all the clips, all the blow-ups. The people that are just kind of, scrolling through the feeds, wow, it's cool. It gets everybody behind it. And then you move on. But there are some nerds out there that love this stuff. My brother Sean up in Edmonton, dude, he sends me everything. He sends me live links to the NASA channel on YouTube. Some people are really behind this, but what they're doing is cool. This is just a first step. We haven't even walked on the moon yet. We haven't landed on Mars.
There's no doubt, because I'll tell you, for me, but I grew up in the 80s. And I'll get back to that in a second. But for me, this has kind of sparked a little bit like, I haven't seen Interstellar. I want to go back and watch it. My son Kyle went to watch the Project Hail Mary, and he's like, Dad, I loved it. And it was kind of cool that it happened at about the same time as the space mission.
I just watched the trailers for that. That looks awesome, by the way.
That being said, like you mentioned your brother, you mentioned older guys like us. When you were young and I was young, and again, we weren't there for the first moonwalk or whatever, but they were sending up space shuttles, like spaceships that looked like airplanes, but they were flying in space. It made it relevant. Everybody at some point when they were a kid said, I want to be an astronaut. Everyone said that. It was kind of one of those jobs that kids said they want to do. I don't think I've heard that in the last 20 years. I've taught in schools. I've taught in kindergartens. That wasn't a job that kids talk about. And what I'm asking is the people who love it, like your brother, the people, I kind of like it because I'm a science fiction guy. Did this inspire a generation of kids to say, man, I want to be an astronaut? Or is it just like, yeah, that's okay. What's on YouTube? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, yeah, go ahead.
First off, you were there for the first moonwalk. That was in 1983. Michael Jackson on I'm trying to look at which music awards that were, and that was crazy. That certainly inspired every kid to start moonwalking.
Yes,
right? Some better than others.
I agree.
The truth here is, I think the answer is no, but there's also, I just watched a thing last week about this kid from Calgary that got this special space award for the way he was doing his own science. So there's this girl in Toronto that was monitoring the mission, the Artemis mission, independent of NASA. It's going to depend on, Chevy. It's going to depend on your algorithm. My algorithm's not celebrating. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm a big Artemis guy, moon guy, Mars guy. I think it's cool, but I'm not following it really closely. But I think some
kids working algorithm.
Yeah, but I think there are enough science kids out there. There's enough of what the nerds from back in the day that are going to revolutionize the world. While we were still watching sports and talking playoffs, they created AI.
Yeah, fair enough.
They got us. Elon got us. These guys got us to the moon. Eli's going to get us to Mars. So I think the right people are going to be inspired, I hope. And we're going to see some big things coming.
Here's Rubio. I think he was here for a new day and a new time. Welcome to the show, well. Rubio. You missed the sandwich eat off. But yeah, no, Sheldon, I'm with you. But you know what? I think that this stuff is also more accessible. Like there's more information than we ever had before. Like you could have watched this 24/7 on Netflix, YouTube. Streaming on Netflix and YouTube and all that. Daryl, are you just joining us too? My God,
what's going on? Did I say 11:15 as the
Daryl? Thank God, now we've hit our 9 listeners. Thanks, Daryl.
Yes.
We hit our 9th listener. Welcome to the show. We had our 8th and 9th join us at what time is it now? It's 10.
It's 11:15.
11:15. You guys
we're about to wrap it up. I have one stud left for us.
All right,
and they're just getting started.
Hey, wait. Let me ask you this. Wait. I got something for you, and this is kind of out of the blue, but I wanted to ask you this. So I follow Old Dominion, one of my favorite country rock bands. I get an email the other day to vote for them for American Music Awards. You click on the site and it gives you every category of American Music Awards. And I got to ask you this. I saw like best new male artist, best female artist, best group, best emerging artist. And then it breaks into categories like, again, same things for song, album, blah, blah, blah. But like they had country, they had R&B, they had Afrobeat, they had pop, they had Latin, they had alternative, no rock. Is rock dead as a music genre?
Great question. So I was sitting here in my house today, and my oldest son Adric comes to me and goes like, "Dad, I have not heard a new rock song on the radio in forever." He's like, when we're driving, you hear CJ and you hear all the stuff from the 90s. And today's kids love the 90s.
Yeah.
They love the 2000s. They love the Killers. They love Imagine Dragons.
Yep.
There's nothing happening on the rock scene. Maybe in some corners of the metal world, there's some cool stuff still going on, but I haven't seen anything new.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take it a step further too. I don't have all the names in front of me. I'm going to have them in a second, but I think this week, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just came out with this new list of inductees.
I don't know what's going on.
And it's you don't know what's going on with.
There's a poll that just went up.
Yeah, just some poll just came up on me. I don't know. I'm trying the new StreamYard buttons while you're talking.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha.
The new rock band that I like to listen to is, well, they're not really that new, but they're sort of new. Greta Van Fleet is like the only
they're
rock
awesome.
band I can think of. That's
they're awesome.
New. Maybe Nickelback too. If they just dropped a song that's the WrestleMania.
Did they really?
Which is
I haven't heard it
this
yet.
weekend, by the way.
But they've been kind of veering into country the last couple of years. They've been doing the tour of all the country fest. But yeah, there's not too many great rock bands. Sheldon, you were going to bring up a list of bands, or is that what you?
No, I don't have it here in front of me, so I'm not going to slow down the show for that. I think it was not Helix. Who was Iron Maiden's finally getting inducted, but you always get these bands that aren't even rock and roll at all getting inducted. The one that I like though is Luther Vandross. Remember Luther Vandross?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's finally in the Hall of Fame. Dude, that guy had the smoothest voice.
Oh yeah, he was pretty good.
He got inducted. Last night we went on a deep dive of Luther Vandross after we saw he was, because I honestly couldn't name a song that he did. I just know I loved his voice. But he did a great duet of Endless Love with Mariah Carey back in the early 90s. And yeah. Wow.
But I was going to get just back to the rock thing. So is rock just merged with alternative and that's what it is now? I mean, we got the ZBs. There's Bruno. The ZBs will have a rock release, but I'm looking at a list. Key new rock artists to watch. I haven't heard of any of these. I did hear of Dirty Honey. I obviously Greta Van Fleet. I know them. I listened to them for a while, but then after that, that's it. And then emerging alternative rock. The only one I see on that is a band that I really love, The Interrupters. They have a song called Kerosene, and their playlist on Spotify is awesome. But it's more like punk skate. But
yeah,
maybe
rock's a big tent. I could even get into Motown to a certain extent. I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's taken it too far. Like here, I got the list for you now. Phil Collins. So Genesis has already been inducted.
Yeah,
Phil Collins now is. Yeah, that makes sense. Billy Idol. Wow, I thought he would have been years ago. Iron Maiden, about time. Joy Division, New Order. Okay. Sade, love Sade. But I wouldn't quite call her rock and roll. Oasis for sure. Luther Vandross, Wu-Tang Clan.
And these are all rock and roll, like rock and roll.
This is rock and roll. You need a music.
A rap band, is it not?
They were amazing, but yeah, it's not
this
what I
is
think
like.
of rock
This
and
is
roll.
like this is like when you get through all the Hall of Famers and you just got to start inducting concerts. It's like the
Queen
WWE.
Latifah.
At this point, the
MC Light.
The WWE has inducted any wrestler of note, and now they induct matches.
Bret Hart's in the Hall of Fame three times.
3-time Hall of Famer for his match at Madison Square Garden at the Buffalo shipyards against Abdullah the Butcher. Like, who cares? Like, that's if they're putting R&B artists in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, then it must indicate that the genre is dying.
It's time to wrap it up. Which it is, man. Let's be real.
Well, we can wrap it up. Daryl just joined us.
You say wrap up the
okay. I have one more stud for us. I have two, but we can't.
The Liberals getting a majority election in Canada.
Sheldon, that's going to set you off. You wanted to end this early.
I'm not set off. I've accepted what Canada is. I've accepted it.
Okay, but we can do this if we wanted, but I don't really want to set you off a little bit too far.
Oh God, that's horrible. And it was a bad move for Katie to even go with Trudeau. You see, she's in trouble now too, right? Ruby Red came out with sexual assault allegations against Katie.
Sexy Red, right?
You need to stay away from that Trudeau brand, dude. Look at him. This guy was the prime minister of our country.
Yeah.
He looks, if I saw this guy at a party 20 years ago in college, I would want to smack him in the face. I look at him right now.
Or throw gum in his hair.
Or throw gum in his beautiful hair. Yeah. Absolutely.
You know the worst thing? He's wearing a Montreal Alouettes hat.
Yeah, that's tough. That is tough.
Okay,
but I won't set you guys off too much, but I just wanted to throw it out there. But this was a feel-good story. I didn't see this local story.
I hope I know where you're going.
Oh yeah.
Is it this?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Do you have the video on that? Do we have the video on that? Yeah, let's watch the video on.
Guys, you got
Dustin Wolf giving his stick to this young hockey fan. I mean, Dustin Wolf, emerging star in the NHL.
Let's just take it in.
Check this out.
And he has been remarkable all season long. You talk about impact, regardless of what the score has been like or where they're at in the standings. Wolf shows you just exactly how much of an impact a National Hockey League player can make with this moment right here. Hard to not get emotional making this fan's night. A game-used stick into the hands of that lucky fan he's faced, and he has been.
And that was after a loss, was it not?
Yeah, it was.
Dustin Wolf skates up to the side, up to the, and make sure that this kid gets the stick. This kid is a goaltender for. Is it Didsbury or Carstairs? Is it?
Yes, I think it's Carstairs. Carstairs.
A young goaltender out of Carstairs. His dad takes him to a game. And you remember when you were that age, just how inspired you were by professional athletes.
Oh yeah.
That kid's emotion just said it all, man.
Do you guys ever have a moment like that? Like where you met your idol or a star, like Sheldon, big Rider fan? Do you ever meet someone?
This guy named Randy Chevrier in Vulcan when I was like 8. He brought the break up. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I had a few of them with the Riders, mostly older, like junior high and high school is when I started meeting, like getting a chance to meet them. Remember, I was in Podunk, nowhere up in northern Saskatchewan, right? Yeah. But you know, when the Riders came into town, you got a chance to meet them, and they gave you a part of them. It was pretty amazing. The whole reason I'm wearing number 92 today was because of Tuna Alapate, right? That's a story for another day, folks. He came to my town. I ran into him 10 years later after he told me don't count on making it. I ran into him at Washington State University working out in the off season. And
then you took his number.
I took his number, and then the rest is history.
I think I fanboyed out many times. I can't remember the most relevant, but in thinking about this, the time I fanboyed out was meeting Doug Flutie on the field after a game where he was playing for the Chargers and I was playing for the Cowboys, and I couldn't even contain it. Like, you know, here I am supposed to be a professional athlete as a rookie. I'm like, oh man, Mr. Flutie, man, I'm like your biggest fan, blah, 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 blah. And then fast forward years later, and this kind of brings back my Toronto story this week. After the 100th Grey Cup, we had lost, and I was walking back from, I think it was still the Sky Dome at that time, the Sky Dome to our hotel, the Intercontinental. It's about a 10-minute walk along Front Street there. And in the cargo elevator heading up from the locker room, I take the elevator with Doug Flutie, and we're walking. So I just lost the Grey Cup and walking with Doug all the way back to the hotel. I kind of relived it this week, and that was one of the coolest moments because, I mean, obviously I should have felt so terrible that we lost the Grey Cup, but I got to ride and walk, and he was so cool, man. We just had the best conversation, and it was kind of like, that's the guy that did it for me for the CFL. So twice I got to meet him, and twice I absolutely fanboyed out. And for me, that's the guy. That was.
Do you know who did it for me in the CFL?
Who?
Well, once Bobby Jurison was on the same field with me because I was a huge Rider fan. In a preseason game was the year he got cut, and Arkell Truelock stepped in. So I never walked up to meet him though. I wish I did now maybe. Chris Cuthbert.
Oh yeah,
he used to cover our game. Like he covered our games, dude. I for whatever reason, even to this day, when I hear Chris Cuthbert call a game, whether it's NHL, he doesn't do CFL anymore. Dude, that guy was for me the most class act broadcaster I've ever known. He'd come to you before the game, and am I pronouncing your name right? And just like talking to everybody. He treated the CFL with the same respect that he treated the NHL, the Olympic gold medal games, right?
The only reason he's not doing CFL games because he went to Rogers and did the hockey and
doing all the Leafs games now. Yeah. He'll be doing playoff games and stuff too. He's such a good broadcaster.
He's the best. Like, for me,
maybe the best play-by-play of all time.
That voice just gets me too, right?
Trey, I know you joked about it. But who is the guy? Like, is there a golfer you met, or is there someone that you met that you're like, oh my god, this was awesome?
Yeah, I think back to going to a few golf tournaments. There's never a PGA event in Calgary, but there was LPGA and seniors, like older guys. So we're meeting like John Daly, like at first tee. He gave me a fist bump and
cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I remember getting like pictures with Brooke Henderson, the Canadian girl golfer.
There you go.
When I was little, that was nice. Like kind of the same thing though. I grew up like in the middle of nowhere, so we didn't meet a lot of people. I met a lot of rodeo competitors too growing up because that was kind of our thing, but maybe more unknown guys. But yeah, I've yet to have the pleasure of meeting like an NFL player or an NHL player. I've met Braden Point a few times at the golf course before.
Hey guys, you met a Saskatchewan Roughrider before though, right? That's pretty cool too.
What's that?
Meeting a Saskatchewan Roughrider. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I met one guy who played for the Rough Riders as well. So that was pretty.
Hey guys, wait, hold on. Just one I forgot to mention that is connected to our show. Brett the Hitman Hart.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say. I remember when we went.
Come on.
And I remember what Kurt was like. He brought the belt, and he was like,
that was a moment.
Dude,
another guy live his dream like that. Like it almost made me emotional.
Yeah, dude. When we were sitting there, remember it was a dark room, it was full of people, but the lights were on us, so you couldn't see out in the audience. And we're like, well, in a few minutes. I'm not sure if he's here yet. But Brett, rumor says Brett the Hitman Hart should be here any minute now. And Chevy says, I think he's already here. And I'm like, no. Yeah. And I just all of a sudden I start getting the goosebumps. Yeah, he's right there. And I'm looking over and I'm like, oh my God, that's him right there. Yeah. And I'm about to talk to him. Like, it's just weird. Some guys do still hit you start. Not many. I could meet probably Wayne Gretzky. I could meet a lot of guys just because I see him all the time. But some people just hit a little bit different. And Brett the Hitman Hart is definitely one.
Yeah, that's a great point. I had lunch with Paul Coffey, and obviously Paul. If you talk about a defenseman that you want to read his biography, Paul Coffey. But it didn't hit me the same way every time I meet Bret Hart. Okay, before we go, since we're on the topic, is there ever been an encounter with a pro athlete or someone that you had a high regard for that turned out to be the opposite of what you thought, that the guy was kind of like, oh, the guy's kind of a douche? Anyone?
Raheem Abdullah, he spit on people. That's it. Love you, Raheem. Oh, I remember his reputation going into it. No, I don't. I can't think of anything right now where I thought a guy was a bit of a douche. I mean, there's some guys I've played with or seen in locker rooms that I thought they'd be big and they weren't. You know, they're kind of insecure dudes or smaller than I thought they'd be.
For me, it was Adam Oates, and I wasn't an Adam Oates friend. My best friend was a huge Boston Bruins fan, and he had every jersey of every city. He had a Neely jersey, he had a Bork jersey, he had an Oates jersey, Sweeney, like you name it, Andy Moog, he had all their jerseys. And the one game we went to Montreal versus Boston, he's wearing his Adam Oates jersey, And you know the way I am. I talk to anyone. That's why I have a new best friend named Heath that I go to Raptors games with. But, my friend Mike, he was a pretty quiet guy. And after the game, I say, Mike, let's go wait by the bus. When the Bruins get on their bus, we're going to get Oates' signature on your jersey. So we go right to the front of the bus. We were at the front of the bus. I was doing this for my buddy, and I'd like I'll talk to anyone. And Adam Oates comes by. I had the pen in hand, the jersey set up that he could have just had to scribble. I was like, Mr. Oates, can you please sign our jersey? Can you please sign our jersey? He looked at us and he just walked off. And my friend took the jersey, threw it in the trash.
You didn't push in front of the line, and he noticed that because you
he was walking. He was all dressed up. He had his little travel bag. I had the pen out. It was like literally, sir, can you please? Yeah. And we were kids. I wasn't a 20-year-old. I wasn't a 40-year-old man or 20-year-old. I was probably 13 or 14 years old, standing at the back of the bus in the day when, there's a different era, no cameras, no nothing. And he just totally blew us off. And he kind of gave us a dirty look too. And it was like, that impacted me, but more so my friend, who that was one of his idols. He threw the jersey out. And you contrast that to a guy like Kurt Warner. They made a movie of him. Yeah. You see the kind of guy he was like, and you don't know how he is. I was in training camp scrimmage. I was with the Jets. He's with the Giants. That man stayed out for 3.5 hours to sign everyone's autograph between scrimmage and practice. He was unbelievable. And when they do it right, they have the opposite impact. So Adam Oates to Kurt Warner. What a
Daryl McAvana just says Kevin Lowe at the CFR. All he wanted to do is chat bull riding. It's cool. Nice when you get a star and they're like, no, dude, I've told my story enough. What about you? What's going on here? Who do you like? Cool. Who's this guy? Right. That's pretty cool. Let down Bobby Clark. Wow. Bruno. I'm sure there's a story behind that. I'd love to hear that sometime, but
Jamin says Corey Perry was a douche.
Well, Corey Perry is a douche, but he's the most valuable douche you could possibly have in your locker room.
Exactly. He got kicked off the team for a reason, I think.
Hey, Bruno said he shook Andre the Giant's hand when he was 13. That would have been a cool experience. Huh.
I bet that's just like
dude, can you picture that?
I can't crush this poor kid's hand right now. I could just give it a squeeze and he'd be in the hospital.
And wrestlers' hands are always sore and swollen and broken up anyways. But
Jamin says cool. He met Pat McDonald after Nasty put him on his ass in flag football.
Yeah,
Patty Mack.
That was more than once there, Jamin. But
Patty Mack.
Pat McDonald, he was an aggressive player. He came right out of the pros. He came right out of the pros and came into the Calgary Flag Football League at that time.
Yeah,
and I was tasked with blocking him. Dude, we almost fought.
Oh yeah,
that guy did not back. He played it just like it was in Paz. I was already out of the game for 4 or 5 years, but he got one. I think he got one sack. Jamie, remind me, did he get a sack? He might have gotten one, but he was on his ass a couple of times.
Yeah.
But,
well, guys,
can I shout out a few guys too that I forgot to mention that come through? Sort of members.
I have to for Brett. Go ahead.
Okay. Pee Wee Smith, absolutely love that guy. He comes out and plays golf with us almost every Tuesday.
Oh, he's awesome.
In the summer. Him and Jackie
Kellogg.
What's his last name?
Kellogg.
Yeah, Kellogg. Jackie Kellogg. What a nice guy. He comes out and plays golf with us all the time.
His wife, his whole family,
Yeah, like so nice. Pee Wee and my mom and my grandma, they'll be partying up in the clubhouse after the round. Jackie just wants to talk golf with me. So 2 guys I wanted to shout out because
Pee Wee's a good dude. Pee Wee met my kids when they were small.
But good dudes.
Pee Wee met my kids when they were young. Like I know Pee Wee pretty well. Like I see him once in a while, but he met my kids once or twice. Every time I see him, he asks about my kids, and he's really like he's a real gracious guy, real involved. I love Pee Wee. He's awesome. Bruno just sent me a picture of Doug Flutie wearing a ZB's shirt. He sent it to our group chat. I got to do a shout out. Brett, my son Brett just asked me to shout out his buddy. What's his buddy's name? Raid. I got to thank him for all the pizza videos. I got a kid that's following me on Instagram. I didn't know who he was. He kept sending me videos of pizza. I'm like, who is this crazy person? Turns out it's one of my buddy's friends, Raid. And I just got to say that happy birthday. We're glad you're still alive in the senior assassin after being backstabbed by Anubis. I guess they got this tradition at St. Francis where they got these water guns. And if you get blasted, you're out. But if you last, you win some cash. Do you have that senior assassin?
One of my friends got arrested last year because they thought it was a real gun.
Oh, no way.
They shut down the school, lockdown. It was a water gun, but the cops like had guns pointed at them. You had to get on the ground. Like, wild stuff.
It's getting for real though. Our even junior highs are doing that, but now kids are starting to bring airsoft guns around, and that's not going to end well in this city. So
no, it's not going to end well.
If I had one shout out tonight, it'll be to Kurt Panu. I know I talk about this guy a lot because I love him. He had his baby shower this weekend in Regina, which I was supposed to go to. I was supposed to be there. They had brisket served, but some events came up here in Calgary that we couldn't get down there. But Kurt Panu, I love you, man. You should see this kid. He's I don't think he's quite 40 yet, but he had his first kid kind of late. Dude, this guy is a doting father.
Nice.
Finally, guess we had all those conversations, right, Chevy? Yep. But what's it going to be like? What's it going to be like? I'm going to be like this. The moment the son's born, complete game changer. It's complete. Yeah. You can't prepare a guy for the feeling of having your firstborn son or your firstborn child in general, right?
Well, and as they grow, right? All the firsts. I was telling you guys a few weeks ago, like, you see your kids do things. My kid's playing on my ball hockey team now. Luke's playing, and he's the best player on our team. And I told me out last night, like, we lost our second playoff. We're gonna play Friday, but I was like, Luke, this is like my dream. Like, I'm the only man in your life that's going to want you to be better than him. Like, every other man's going to want to be better than you at whatever it is you do. But I'm the only one that's going to want you to be better than me. And I watch you play ball hockey, and man, do I feel that. And all the teams like, Luke's, and it's cool. So being a new
Kurt
father,
Panu, this was for you, buddy.
Yeah, that's awesome, Kurt. You're gonna love all. Enjoy every chapter of it, even the tough ones, because there's a lot of tough ones. Like, it's not rainbows and butterflies, but it's a ride. It's like this show. You don't know where it's gonna go, but it feels pretty good at the end of it.
All right, guys. Hey, I guess it's time. Once again, we want to thank all of our sponsors. YYC Business Group, Performance Freight Management, and We Drone Real Estate Media. Most of all, we really want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. We miss you guys during the week. We talk about what you guys are talking about. What can we do to make sure that we're a show worth joining us, and you guys never let us down. So we love you all. Chevy, Trey, great job. We had a blast tonight. We'll see you next week right here on The Ride.
Still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. Into a crisis